Bloom Energy for energy right now for data centers, because there is a massive energy input needed at these for the compute, but the scaling, even regular infrastructure for electricity and power plants and on-site, there's actually a major consideration for turning AC power into DC power, which is what all the computers and everything inside the building is going to run on for the compute and servers. To convert AC power back to DC power requires all this special machinery, step downs. I'm not confident on all the engineering on that. I've just heard enough to know that it's another bottleneck as far as needing the handful of places in the world, might only be a few, that make the certain types of transformers and power units that have to go on site or nearby for these new energy data center energy use and energy generation. So Bloom Energy, however, you're looking at on-site fuel cells that have either hydrogen or natural gas or other bio. I think there's another type of fuel it can use, but hydrocarbon based or carbon based, and then there's hydrogen itself. So the hydrogen, when they use that on site, the only output is water, and when they use natural gas, the only outputs are water and CO2. So it's not even burning the natural gas. This is the big deal here, because GE Vernova and Caterpillar or Generac, any of these other major energy on-site generation plays, as far as the traditional side of the units go, they're burning the fossil fuel still. Especially this is why the data centers are getting pushback, is because the fastest, easiest thing to do right now is stand up turbine generators nearby, and then they're spinning up. Imagine an airport near your house. So that's what everyone's complaining about, is that if they allow this, there's going to be all these like fans and turbines running extremely loud. And the other thing is, the data centers, the power is, it's not maybe flat all day long, so they need to ramp up during certain times of heavy use, so the energy is spiking. And to have power, like people in electricity grids don't just have power readily available. Like, power actually needs to be being produced immediately as it's needed, right? And so energy transmission and all these things come into play, and this is where Bloom becomes the clear winner now, because they're possibly the only ones who can stand up energy on site, on demand, in 90 days about. Other things are taking years. And then they're also going to be much, much quieter. About I think it's 65 decibels is around where their units range for noise, and that's roughly like a normal house AC unit or other standard type of industrial type noise or anything like that could be expected in any building area, but not excessive. So the energy generation on demand is the other side of the coin for them, because they're going to be much quieter. They're running fuels that are cleaner and quiet when they burn them, or I guess it's not even really burning them. It's technically an electrochemical process. So it's really, really cool. You have to look into it. But it's not combusting. There's no combustion process. That's why it's not igniting natural gas. Then there's no pollutants from the hydrocarbons. It's just CO2 and water still, because it uses oxygen to essentially ignite the process. But that's what it's doing for the on-site energy, and it can do that on demand, basically, in terms of higher energy needs right away, and it can meet that energy spike and generation needs with these types of fuel cells that Bloom has developed. So they're fast to deploy them. They're fast to step up the energy needs as on-site the energy goes up for servers and compute needed. And then on top of that, the fuels are going to be cleaner and quieter. So that's the winners for Bloom, and I'm still looking at EPS and everything like that. But if you see the growth on EPS for something that's like, hockey sticks from 2 years ago, they were basically negative and flat, and then right now they're turning into a 2 quarters in a row positive EPS, and it grew about 3x from Q1 2026 to Q2 2026. So the CEO is worth listening to. the energy needs are going to keep growing, and on-site power is going to become the main play. So Bloom Energy, $62 billion company right now. Sales are growing, EPS is growing, and they've been trading right now around 200, and I think that that's a pretty good price if you're getting in. This is a 3-year play roughly as the energy boom goes on, and as long as quarter results are showing that the sales are continuing to grow, I think they're already sold out. They've been inking new deals, about $7 billion in new deals that came through in early 26 already. So they're able to self-fund these also. This is the thing. So yeah, they're going to be growing, and they need to scale their production capacity, and they can do that because they can stand these farms up so fast as far as the energy that they need to deploy. They can do that in such a short amount of time that they're able to self-finance and fund their own growth and development for production. So Bloom Energy, and they're 211 right now after market. Market just closed Monday, August 10th. Talk to you later.